Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ed Bloodsworth with WKRG News 5, and this is your tropical update for Thursday afternoon. And boy, we have a lot of activity out there in the Atlantic Basin. Right now, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring two areas of disturbed weather, one in the Caribbean and the second in the Central Atlantic. Low chance of development with the first system. The second system, though, I think bears closer watching and has a higher chance of becoming perhaps our next named system. We'll begin with the one closer to home. This is a tropical wave sitting in the Central Caribbean. It is moving to the west. Right now, the Hurricane Center maintaining a low chance of development with this area as it approaches Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula and then moving into the Bay of Campeche. On the visible satellite imagery, still fairly open, but we are seeing maybe some broad circulation starting to develop with this as it's now bypassing Jamaica, heading towards the Yucatan. The majority of our forecast modeling suggests this will continue on a west-northwest track, which means there would be a lot of land interaction, perhaps some significant flooding rains over the Yucatan and Belize. As it reemerges into the southern Gulf, the Bay of Campeche, the conditions could become suitable for some low-end development. Now, the second system is much more organized, already a very broad spin associated with this, and now the chance of development is high, up to 80%. And this is likely to become the next named system. Right now, it is a large tropical low. You can actually sort of pick out the broad spin here on the visible satellite imagery as this slowly progresses west through the Central Atlantic. So where is it headed? Well, the compilation of all of our forecast modeling in pretty good agreement, keeping this on a west or west-northwest track as it approaches the Lesser Antilles sometime late this weekend or early next week. From there, we start to see the models spread out a bit as it continues in the general direction of Jamaica, southern Hispaniola, and Cuba. So, of course, we see those kind of tracks. It's certainly something that we'll have to pay closer attention to here along the Gulf Coast. So what is going to steer this thing over the next couple of days? Strong area of high pressure to the north, and this will just sort of ride around the periphery of that, keeping this system on a westerly track. Some of our models suggest another weak system will try to develop behind it. Now, in terms of conditions, once this starts to move into the Western Caribbean, by that time, conditions may not be quite as suitable for some development here. So we are actually, some of our global models suggest maybe a weakening phase with this by the time we head towards the middle of next week. But still a lot of question marks with this system, and we'll certainly have to keep our eyes on it. So the next name on the list is Beryl. That'll be followed by Chris, Debbie, and Ernesto. The list goes all the way down through Tony, Valerie, and William. You can stay updated on the tropics all season long by heading over to our Tracking the Tropics page on WKRG.com. You'll also find all of the graphics, satellites, and latest forecast tracks in our Hurricane Map Room.